All right, everybody, nice job. Woohoo! That was amazing. Thank you. If you want to come up with the flag, that'd be awesome.
In San Francisco. This is something of my adopted hometown.
We love you, baby!
My parents met at UC Berkeley.
Yeah!
So you can say I owe my entire existence to the Bay Area.
Yeah! You can see there,
They met at
baby!
Berkeley, and my brother is named after the Lawrence Observatory. So we used to joke that my parents must have had a good time at that observatory. My parents wanted to stay here because who wouldn't, honestly? Can you imagine immigrating from Asia, landing in the Bay Area in Berkeley? Of course you'd want to stay. But my dad ended up getting a job at GE in Schenectady, New York, where I was born. So I was born in upstate New York. That's one reason why I always feel a kinship, like a homecoming here, because my brother was born here, my parents met here, and I spent a lot of time here over the last number of years. You all represent the future of this country. So the question is, how are we going to make this a future we're actually excited about?
Hey!
And we have some ideas, do we not, Yang Gang?
Oh, God!
We have a lot of ideas as to how we can make this a future worth getting excited about. But first we have to start digging into the problems and explain to the rest of the country what the heck is happening. Why the heck is Donald Trump our president today?
Fuck Trump! Fuck Trump!
If you turned on cable news today, why would you think that that man is our president? You would think he's our president because of Russia, Facebook, FBI, immigrants, racism, Hillary Clinton, emails, all mixed together into some kind of really odd brew. But I'm a numbers guy, San Francisco. And the numbers tell a very clear and distinct story. That the reason why Donald Trump won in 2016 is this. That we'd automated away 4 million manufacturing jobs. Most of which were based in Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Missouri, and Iowa, all the swing states that Donald Trump needed to win and did win. And now, you all know this better than most anyone in the entire country. Now what happened to the manufacturing jobs will shift to retail jobs, call center jobs, fast food jobs. Raise your hands. Yes, I know it. How about the South? How about the Northeast like me? What did I leave out? Mid-Atlantic? I think that's a thing. Now if you're from these other parts of the country, you see the stores drying up. And being a retail clerk is the most common job in most of the country. The average retail clerk is a 39-year-old woman making between $9 and $10 an hour. So what is she going to do after her store or mall closes? There will be tears shed, unfortunately. When you all call the customer service line of a big company and you get the software or a bot, I'm sure you do the same thing I do. You dial 000, say human, so you get someone on the line. Am I right? But in 2 or 3 short years, we all know the software is going to sound something like this. Hey Andrew, how's it going? What can I do for you? It'll be fast, efficient, a little bit sexy perhaps. What is this going to mean for the 2.5 million Americans who work in call centers right now making $14 an hour? And I said, wow, we are up to something huge. And as usual, you all lit the way, and I can't thank you enough. So I am barely a politician. I'm getting the hang of it, though. I'm a fast learner. I still haven't really gotten the lying part down pat. My wife and I laughed about me becoming a politician. She's like, you would be the shittiest politician of all time. Because you have the worst poker face. Like when you're lying, it like pains you so like obviously. And one of the reasons I know that is when I proposed to Evelyn, I had the ring on the trip, and I was like, I'd make the shittiest secret agent of all time because I had this thing, and it felt like it was like burning a hole in my pocket. There was nothing just, anyway. My first move was not to run for president. My first move was to go to our leaders in Washington, D.C. and say, hey, we are scapegoating immigrants for problems that immigrants have nothing to do with. What are we going to do to let our country know that this is not immigrants, this is technology and automation, and how can we help us all manage the 4th Industrial Revolution? And what do you think the folks in D.C. said to me when I asked, what are we going to do? Number 1, we cannot talk about that. That was verbatim from some guy. Number 2, we should study that. And number 3, we must educate and retrain all Americans for the jobs of the future. Only a gang rally would boo that shit. But you're totally right to boo it because it's total nonsense. And I know because I looked at the numbers, San Francisco. But more than the numbers, I spent 7 years helping create thousands of jobs in Detroit, Cleveland, St. Louis, Birmingham, New Orleans, Baltimore, and cities around the country. And I came face to face with the aftermath of the automation of the manufacturing. I get along with Kamala, but there was one poll that had me out-polling Kamala right here in California. Your voting got moved up. This is very, very new to you, California, because ordinarily by the time it comes to you, the nomination has been decided. So you don't really know what this is like. But this time, you got moved up to Super Tuesday. You're going to be the 5th state to vote in the whole day. And this race will not be decided by state number 5. I can virtually guarantee you that. You're going to make your voice heard. Now, if you're not that into politics, let's try to do this. It'll be fun. What's the first state to vote? Iowa. Is that what you're like? Number 1 is Iowa. What's number 2? What's number 3? Nevada. I know, that's a tricky one. That'll get you every time. And what's number 4? And what's number 5? That's right. You're going to have your chance to make your voice heard. Early voting starts in California 1 month early. So you can actually vote the same time as Iowa. If this is a game of rock, paper, scissors, Donald Trump is a pair of scissors and I am the fucking rock, San Francisco. And if you ask Democrats around the country, what's the number 1 criteria for the nominee? Beat Donald Trump, that's right. And if you look at the numbers, you see I am peeling off thousands of disaffected Trump voters, Republicans, Libertarians, Independents, as well as Democrats and Progressives. I can build a much broader coalition to beat Donald Trump in 2020. Democrats around the country are thinking, who's going to beat Trump? Who's going to beat Trump? They have not figured out yet that Andrew Yang is going to beat Trump. But we're going to let them know, are we not, San Francisco? You can see it really clearly. The numbers are just going up and up to the right. And I want to walk through a little bit of why the polls do not actually measure our truth. The issue is that his solutions were the opposite of what we need. His solutions were, we're going to build a wall, we're going to turn the clock back, we're going to bring the old jobs back. The country needs us to show a new path. We have to turn the clock forward. We have to accelerate our economy and society as quickly as possible for the 21st century. We have to evolve in how we think about ourselves and our work and our values. And I am the ideal man for that job because the opposite of Donald Trump is an Asian man who likes math. Let's make history, San Francisco. What does math stand for? Make America think harder, that's right. All we do is win, San Francisco. I love you. And I will see you in the White House in 2020. Thank you.